Assalamu alaikum. Peace and blessings. It's your brother Alfonso X. Live in direct, in full effect. Beautiful morning. You know, just your brother sipping on his coffee early in the morning. And I wanted to address something with this so-called conscious community and this black consciousness. And we talk all this black conscious stuff, but we still really worship the white man. We really believe in the white man more than we believe in the power of Allah, power of God. More specifically, a black God, because we still worship this white man as if he's God. And I'll give a couple examples. When it comes to our minister, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And I'd like to first open up in the name of Allah who came to us in the person of Master Muhammad. I bear witness that the most honorable Elijah Muhammad is his last and greatest messenger and exalted Christ, and I bear witness that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is divine teacher and warner in our midst. Assalamu alaikum. But first, you got these so-called conscious Negroes and Nation of Islam haters, Minister Farrakhan haters. And a lot of you are wondering why the minister hasn't made his transition yet. And because he hasn't made a transition, you attribute that to being an agent because he made it to 84 years old. Now you want to sit up here and make a claim that he's an agent because he hasn't been assassinated yet. Ooh. Like, y'all give white people too much damn credit. Y'all think white people can just go around and just, kill all type of black people of color in general, if they're not with them. And they just have the power to do that. Like, they could just do that. Well, what about Fidel Castro? And he survived over 300 assassination attempts. If the white man is just that hell of her. See? The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is supremely protected. Not just by his security here on earth. The minister, real security is with Allah. And his angels. His protecting angels. So don't get it twisted to think that our minister is just, he's an agent based on him not being able to get assassinated. You know how dead you are based on how foolish you sound? People, don't be that stupid to sit up here and make false claims. And then I'm seeing a lot of Christians do this. A lot of so-called Christians do this. People that believe in the Bible bearing false witness. Isn't that a commandment? Even with some of the Hebrew Israelites saying stuff like this. Bearing false witness. And another thing, quick to call our minister an agent and somebody who's working for the government but don't get no kind of government funded. Bro, what the hell is wrong with y'all? When or will y'all ever present any evidence? Like you all say. Oh yeah, he had something to do with Minister Malcolm getting killed. He killed Malcolm X. Yeah, I saw the movie. Fool, don't you know that movie was cleared and sponsored and paid for by Jews in Hollywood? They the one allowed that allowed that movie to be put together. So to sit up here and attribute the death of Malcolm X to Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, someone who was never a suspect in the case. He was never considered a suspect in the case of Minister Malcolm X as being someone who even participated in the death of Brother Malcolm X. And you all try to use the minister's words against him based on what he said. But what you say, your narrative, is not even in the same context of what he said. You know, he said, yeah, he was upset, and he spoke out against Brother Malcolm and said what he did was worthy of death. Now, did he give the order? Did he tell people to go out and harm that brother physically? Seek and search out the man's life? No. There is no record of that. But anybody, you can say anything about somebody who you thought did something foul and say, you know, what I said could have created an atmosphere of some or potentially put it in somebody's mind to make them want to do something to somebody, but that's not directly giving somebody an order to go do a hit. See? I think we blur the lines when we try to make it like, oh yeah, the minister put a hit out on Malcolm X. Like, really? He loved Malcolm. Malcolm was his teacher. He had great respect for Malcolm. You know, and he received, the minister received instructions from the messenger of Allah, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, to hands off Malcolm, leave Malcolm alone. So he loved his teacher so much, he's not finna not follow that instruction. See, a lot of y'all don't know enough. But a lot of y'all are so-called experts on the Nation of Islam, but don't even know nothing about the Nation of Islam or its structure. You know, and then y'all so spooky is that y'all don't even have no